Hello, my sweet friends. Welcome to DIY with Nadia and welcome to another Wreath Wednesday. Today I'm making a gorgeous fall wreath using the Dollar Tree Sparkle Mesh. Today we are playing around with this mesh that you've seen at the Dollar Tree, and this is the sparkle mesh, but they come in different rolls. Basically, they're kind of see-through, and I wanted to play around with this, see what wreath we can make. And the one that I found 6 of was this one. Let me show you real quick. And because of our choices, it obviously is going to turn into a glam wreath a little bit. But let's be honest, this is absolutely stunning. It's this orange sheer kind of tulle with this beautiful, beautiful orange sparkle in it. Each one of these rolls is 3 yards, which means it's 108 inches. And what we're going to do is we're going to make 12-inch little strips, which means we're going to have 9 per roll. And I have 6 rolls here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foam wreath, and then I'm going to take my white fabric, and this is scrap fabric. Any white fabric would do as long as it's a clean print. If you don't have some clean white fabric at home, but you do have any white ribbon, now this one is from the Dollar Tree, and this is the white grosgrain ribbon. I have used this before, and you just hot glue it and wrap it all the way around. The strips that I'm going to make are going to be about 1 to 1.5 inch in width. All right, I got my strips, and all I'm doing right now is just hot gluing them all around my wreath form. I just finished with layer 1 of my fabric, but it's just a little bit too thin because it was just regular cotton fabric. So I'm going to go around one more time with the fabric and cover up the little bit of green. And as you can tell right here, I don't know if you guys can see well, but it's already covering completely. Like right here versus right here where you can actually see the greenery. I'm going to finish all the way around, and then we are going to get started on our mesh. For today's Wreath Wednesday, I'm collaborating with my very sweet friend Adrienne from Full-Time DIY Mommy. On her channel, you will find some gorgeous, shabby chic, rustic farmhouse DIYs that are absolutely stunning. Please check her out. I will link her channel in the description box below, and do let her know that I sent you. If you're from Adrienne's channel, welcome to DIY with Nadia, where we love DIYs and lots of wreaths. Okay, grabbing each roll, we are going to cut into 12-inch strips. And I just have to mention one more time how absolutely stunning these are. I have all my ribbon cut up, and it's time to start cutting. But before I do, I wanted to show you something. So I'm going to grab it, and we're going to tie it once. And I've done these wreaths before, and when I do it for myself, I tie it once and I just let it go. If you want, you could do one of two things. You can either grab a little pin and just pin it in place, and it'll be fine. Or option 2, just leave it and maybe hot glue a little bit like right here, but honestly you don't have to. It'll stay in place. It's going to get filled up, and these little, I guess, loops are going to be holding each other in place, and it should be fine. The reason you're not going to do 2 ties, because this is what happens when you tie it a second time. You kind of lose the whole point of the wreath, because when you tie it the second time, it kind of looks like a bow more than anything, and it goes sideways. I mean, you could do it and it could stand like this if you want to, but it's just, I think it's a little awkward. So I'm going to undo this, and I'm going to start tying them. And of course, the shiny part goes out. And what I do to make my life easier is just bring it together, tie it on the top, make sure it's nice and even, and then just swoosh it to the side. There you go. And just, I'm gonna wiggle it in place. All right, this is one roll worth of ribbon, and here's how it's starting to look. And you can see why I wrapped it in white, because right here where you tie it together, you kind of can see the area. You can definitely try to kind of wiggle this out, but in retrospect, when you're looking at it this way, you can't see the side. And so it will be absolutely fine and beautiful. And don't forget that this wreath, when it's flat, it will bring these up and it will cover a little bit of that side too. I think this one is going to be so much fun for somebody who loves gorgeous fall colors. Alrighty, I'm going to finish up my pack over here, and I will be right back so we can decorate it and make it look even prettier. Look how gorgeous this wreath came out, and on the side it is very, very full. This is going to be something you're going to notice that it's going to surprise you, especially working with such thin little mesh. And it's so full and beautiful, but on the other hand, it is very, very glam. So I decided to tame it down in my style, a little bit of a farmhouse with this glam, but I promise it's going to work. So I'm going to grab one of these bushels. These are wooden florals that I got at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use this one because I already kind of used a little bit of it. So I'm going to get rid of this because this is a little too much. So what I am keeping from the bushel is these little spheres and this kind of curly grass. The flower we're going to twist off, and we're going to take the flower off. This part right here where the flower was, you could just break it because it's a piece of wood. So just break it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the flowers more or less right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it right here again, just because it's not something that kind of bends. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a second one and do the same thing. Okay, I'm really loving how big this rose is, or whatever flower this is. So I am going to grab this one. And I think I'm just going to break it off because I see the glue is right on there. Let's start kind of playing around with it. Put the big flower here. Maybe the little one there. And one there. Oh, I think I like this. Okay. Now that I know how I want it, I'm just going to start slowly picking things up and hot gluing them straight to the wreath. Not really sparing any hot glue right here. On this one, I want to make sure that it's nice and secure. And this is the big one. I'm going to put it right in the middle, right there. I decided to add 2 spheres right here. I just felt like it was missing. Okay, I feel like these are okay, but this one's like sticking out here just a little bit too much. I tried pulling it to the side, but I think I'm going to trim it right here just a teeny weeny bit. There you go. Just a little haircut right here for this curly grass, which is absolutely adorable. Before I go, I did want to give you some options for the fall flowers. I'm going to give you a link on some that I found on Amazon in the description box, but I'm also going to show you some things I found at the Dollar Tree that can also work. Now, basically, you're going to focus on light ivory colors if you're going for an elegant fall look. If you want something more kind of Halloween-y, you could add a little bit of maybe a black ribbon or something like that. But if you're going for elegance, you can either do these light leaves There's some beautiful mums. Then there's some hydrangeas that are out now, and these are like this golden color, and there's also like an ivory color that they come in. Then you can choose some light berries. Then these would look really cute too, these flocking balls. And then these just came out, and these are the little pumpkins. To hang it, I'm just going to be using a little bit of jute cord, and it's going to be invisible. I'm going to hide it in between the ribbon here. Okay, and I'm going to keep it short because I don't want this to show at all. And I'm just going to make a knot here. There you go. My little loop is hidden right here. And we're going to hang this up. And that is it for this sparkle mesh wreath. Let me know what you think of it, whether you like it or not. You know, to each his own. But also let me know what type of wreath you would like to see next on my next Wreath Wednesday. With that being said, I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.